What's good with y'all boys? It's your boy NEONGBOOK. Now, if you know me, you know me. I'll be outside at every festival, gang. I ain't gonna lie. With me, we be raging. But we ain't talking about raging today. See, today the topic of discussion is gonna be the top 10 underground artists that we need to see. I'm telling you, we need to see at Rolling Loud in 2025. Rolling Loud, I'm gonna need you to lock in because we really be putting in work on the ground. And I'm telling you, we know who's gonna be tearing shit up on that stage. Like, go ahead, let's lock in. We can make some money for real. Let's do it.
Oh, we might want some five people. Open that shelf real quick. Go with some five folks. Open that shelf real quick.
I made it, nigga. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, hey, hey. Hold on.
It's that horn raising hell, bring a hoe like Memphis Sam.
Open it up. Open that shit up. Open that shit up.
This video is mostly to bring eyes towards the underground. Year by year, we're getting more and more artists that are just going crazy, making their own lane for themselves. And it's like a lot of these guys, as we're seeing the rise of Osama Sun, Netspin, Laser Dim, a lot of these guys are getting left in the dust. If you aren't signed to a huge label, you might not get the opportunity to perform at these big festivals. It's just fact. Now me, I go to all the shows. I've seen pretty much all of these guys perform. If anybody's gonna tell you who's gonna put on a show, it's me. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. Lock in, let's go. Now before we get into it, we're not gonna be talking guys that don't really perform a lot. If you don't really perform, there's no point in me putting you on a list, petitioning for you to get a festival slot. If you get on stage and nobody knows who you are, it's going to damage your career to the point to where you're going to get in your own head. You're going to be psyching your own self out. You're not going to want to perform anywhere after that. After some shit like that, your confidence is fucked. You're not going to want to go on tour. If I'm a label, I'm not even booking you a tour if your Rolling Loud set's not even lit. So let's move that out the way. And without further ado, this is NEONGBOOK, and this is the top 10 underground artists we need to see at Rolling Loud in 2025. Now, before we get into it, it doesn't really matter which Rolling Loud we're talking, whether Rolling Loud does Miami early again, whether they decide to bring back New York, whether they go to Cali, wherever in Europe, Portugal, Spain, Australia, wherever they decide to go, we need to start seeing newer artists flow through. The point of this video is to bring more eyes to the underground. The more these younger guys start building themselves up, the more their stock is going to go up. The more their stock goes up, the more lit their shows are going to be. The more lit their shows are going to be, the more tickets they're going to sell. The more tickets they sell, the easier they are to promote. The easier they are to promote, the more headliner options you have. Rolling Loud, you see what I'm doing? I'm opening doors for y'all. Get your boy on that team. Let's build a dream team. I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, I'll make y'all the biggest festival of all time. I'm telling y'all, put me in that room. Put me in that room. I'm really doing it. I'm really doing it. Full Pete this year. I'm telling you, we're going to be outside. I'm going to see y'all. Y'all going to see Neon, bro. I'm telling y'all going to see Neon. What's good with y'all boys? It's your boy NEONGBOOK. Thank you for tuning into the channel. I really appreciate all of you guys. But it's just one thing I just got to ask y'all. If you fuck with this video, please hit that thumbs up button. It's going to share this video around. It's going to make it easier for this video to be seen worldwide. The more people that see this video, the more eyes get put on your favorite artists, the more chances you're going to be able to see them live. I'm telling you, this shit doesn't just help me. It makes it even more possible that your favorite artist blows up, goes on tour, and comes to your city. Anyways, subscribe to your boy, and let's get to this fucking video. Now, we're going to start off this list right. Number 1, we're going with Che Romani. I believe Che should have been on this lineup this year. The reasoning why Che is not on this lineup, We don't know. He just went on tour, went bananas. And on top of that, Che put out one of the most creative albums this year. I don't think Che gets enough respect in the underground. And that's a problem. As like Osama-san, he has intense lore. He's got videos of him dancing all over TikTok. He's got cringy ass interviews from high school. He's got basketball flicks. Everybody's on his ass. And in the underground, you have to kind of get through that troll phase to really become loved. And I feel like Che has just kind of missed that window. Che doesn't really have that lore to where people can just make fun of you super easily, which is a good and a bad thing. But I feel like Che is easily outshined by a lot of these newer rappers that have a lot of shit for them to talk about. So this just makes Che super easy to be left out of these conversations because people can't criticize it. Although Che's music is not shallow at all. It's very fast paced, it's very up tempo, almost like EDM in a way. Everything in his music seems very erratic, but nothing is out of place. But that's what makes Che good. Mix that with the 808s and the EDM influence. That's the perfect blend of music that we need to hear at Rolling Loud. If you're unfamiliar with Che, I highly suggest you tap in. Number 2, Ian. Now there's many reasons to why Ian isn't on the lineup this year, as most would believe that he should be. Fans have been begging Rolling Loud to put Ian on the lineup since Ian dropped his first music video. Me personally, I just don't think he's ready yet. But in a year, I think we'll get around to it. Now Ian's on his own tour right now. Next year, being at the top of the underground is definitely going to give him a boost. With some good label backing, he's going to be able to look at a list of festivals and pretty much have his choice on whichever lineup he wants to be on. I think it's lame as fuck that he gets a lot of the hate that he gets just because he's white, as if the guy doesn't rap his ass off. Respect to Ian, man. Respect to Ian. Real ones know hard work is going to outdo talent all the time. And you can tell this guy puts in the work. Let Ian get his feet under him on the stage if you want. In the next 2 or 3 years, Ian's going to be on pretty much every one of these lineups. Y'all playing with his top right now because he's white? That's going to be the same reason why he's getting booked to every festival in the next 2 or 3 years. I'd love to see Ian on the Rolling Loud stage in 2025, and I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us. Next on the list, the underground final boss, Jace. Now, Jace started making a name for himself back in 2016, and from 2016 to 2024, we have yet to really see Jace shine on the stage as much as we've seen a lot of these other artists. Like I said, hitting the scene in 2016, you have a lot of competition. Uzi, Yachty, Cardi, all of these guys, Jace can say he was around at the same time. These guys took massive leaps in their career because of the fact that they had such lit performances. They were able to create these moments with fans that stuck with them forever, which is one of the main reasons why these guys are still around today. Jace, he's been very consistent. Very consistent. Matter of fact, Jace has been the most consistent rapper in the underground for the past 4 years. In terms of the amount of music he releases, the hit to miss ratio is heavily in the favor of hits for this man Jace. I wish Jace would just perform more. That's my only problem with him. Jace, we need you to be on stage at a festival, my G. Because I believe if Jace gets on a festival stage, it's only going to blow him up even crazier. This man has all these songs capable of having a 30-minute set. Put Jace on a Rolling Loud stage in 2025, you will not regret it. Moving on, number 4 on this list, underground legend, Black Cray. Now, if you're familiar with Goth Money Records, this man right here is the founder. Now, Black Cray has hits going back to 2013, also going by the name Sick Boy Rari. Some of these hits being with guys like Filthy, who's worked with Cardi. There's no doubt in my mind this guy can turn up a fucking stage. I can tell you firsthand, I saw him at Summer Smash. He ripped that stage up. When I tell you Princess Cuts My Wrist came on, the entire tent flipped upside down. If you know, you know. Aline says, you know, man. Put Black Cray on that stage. Rolling Loud, Sick Boy Rari, Miami 2025. Make it happen. You want to connect with the younger generation? Give them the artists they want to see. And I'm telling you, Sick Boy Rari, Black Cray, he's one of those guys that if you put him on the lineup, you're going to unlock an entire new set of fans that are going to strictly pull up just for him. Cult-like fans that are going to strictly pull up just for him. And Rolling Loud, I know that's what y'all want. That's the main reason why y'all picked up Xavier Sobeys. I know y'all are tapped in. Y'all are getting there. But you just got to have somebody like G Book in the corner. I'm telling you. I'm going to get y'all right. I ain't going to steer y'all wrong. I ain't steered you wrong yet. Let's do it. Number 5, White Boy Wonder, Too Hollis. Now, the way Too Hollis kind of broke onto the scene was from opening for Ken Carson. And in my opinion, he did a damn good job. Whenever he got announced as the opener, I saw mixed reviews from the internet. Half the people were like, this is going to be the best tour of all time. The other half, who's Too Hollis? We might just survive through it. You know, kind of wait it out till Ken gets there. And then as you started to see the tour dates progress, more and more people started waking up. And Too Hollis started to become more and more of a household name. Now, though he's on his own tour right now, so he won't be able to make Rolling Loud in 2024, 2025 is the perfect time to book Too Hollis. And we don't even have to worry about crowd size for Too Hollis. We don't have to worry about are people going to pull up to his set. People already saw the potential of Too Hollis thanks to Ken Carson. Big ups to Ken on that. Because without being on Ken Carson's tour, Too Hollis would be performing in Denny's right now. Nah, I'm playing. But nah, in all seriousness, give 2 Hollis another year. I think he'll be ready for the main stage. Stamp it. Number 5, 1 a.m. Now, this guy has been taking the underground by storm recently. You can't open TikTok without seeing 1 a.m. somewhere. Like I said for these other artists, give him another year. He's going to be ready. Being on tour with somebody like Osama-san, who's known for tearing up shows, it's not easy shoes to fill. Fans that are coming to an Osama-san show, I know from experience, they're looking for an opener that's going to be equally as turned as the main artist. And I feel like with some more experience, 1 a.m. is going to be able to start turning up shows of his own. Number 7, OG in the game, Summers. Now, a lot like Jace, Summers has been around for a while. Coming up in the same crew as guys like Jace, Autumn, and Can, Summers is easily overlooked. And although he has a lot of melodic music and kind of holds the torch for that plug and B sound, Summers also has a good bit of crazy concert songs. To this day, I have still yet to see Summers play at a Rolling Loud. Summers' music is just as diverse as guys like Lucky. He can sing on the track, and he can also rap his ass off. He's also got his own group of fans that are willing to ride or die for him. It'll be great to see this guy on a Rolling Loud stage in 2025. Let's make it happen, Rolling Loud. Victim number 8, Swappa. Now, Swappa's pretty new on the scene as well. He's making a pretty good name for himself on the tour with Homicide Gang. Rolling Loud, hear me out on this one. If you're looking for smaller artists to start bringing overseas, Rolling Loud Europe is the perfect setting for him to prove himself, as well as push his sound overseas, also giving him that confidence to where whenever you put him in front of a Rolling Loud Miami, he's already knowing what to expect. It's not always about are they ready, it's about how are we going to make them ready. Pause. But I hope you hear me on this. It's definitely more so in your interest to help these guys develop rather than just sticking them somewhere because they blew up. I think guys like Swappa, I see nothing but success in his future. He just dropped a really good album. Let him get some time to get comfortable. Boom, 2 to 3 years. It's a star in the making right there. Shit, but what do I know? Number 9 on this list, Richmond's finest, Zero. Now, if you have your ear to the streets at all, you'll know Netspin is from a city named Richmond, Virginia. I don't know how much I know about the Richmond rap scene, but there's not a lot of artists that get booked to Rolling Loud that are from Richmond. The reason why we even have Netspin is because Zero. From the jump, Zero convinced Netspin to rap. Without Zero, we don't get nothing like you. We don't get We Not Like You. We don't get 2024 Freestyle. We don't get none of that. The best way I can put the music is, he's almost like a new gen Chief Keef, but he can also perform. I got the chance to see Zero at Restless Fest, and the entire time it was just dread shaking, niggas moshing, you know, the whole 9, bro. Put Zero in front of a Rolling Loud stage, he's gonna tear that shit up. Ain't nothing more that need to be said. He just dropped a tape called Now or Never, and to me, that's one of the best projects this year. You can tell he put a lot of work into that shit. Tracks like VA to the Hills, CE, Knots, Can You, Ricky Davis, all go crazy. And on top of that, a lot of his singles from before that are classics. I'm telling y'all, put Zero on that Rolling Loud stage, let DJ Ren be the DJ. He's gonna bring that energy. I'm telling you, do your homework on Zero, man. And to finish off this list, we got Florida's own Brendan Jones. I know this might be very controversial, but we got to give credit where credit is due. Brendan Jones has came a long way. He's came a long way. At first, I thought he was real cringy, but as of recently, he's starting to get way more comfortable. And I've been seeing he's been performing a little bit more too, which is really good because a lot of these artists, all they do is sit in the room. What they do is sit on Fruity Loops. They never perform. Performing as an underground rapper is equally as important as making the music itself. Because if you aren't stepping outside, nobody's going to know your face. And if nobody knows your face, how the fuck do you expect to blow up as a rapper? Brendan Jones is already doing a lot more than a lot of niggas are right now, and they swear they're a better rapper than him. He's doing something you're not. He's performing at shows. You might not think he has fans, but when you look him up, Brendan Jones live, you see the niggas that are pulling up to his shows. You see the people in the crowd singing the lyrics to his song. And sometimes, that's more important than the song being good to you. The guy that puts in the work is always going to beat the best guy on the floor. I feel like he's been working hard enough to the point to where he deserves this shot. Rolling Loud, I ain't asking you to give nobody no handout, but if you see a guy working, get that nigga a shot. Who knows? He could blow up to be the next Travis Scott. You'll never know if you don't book him. You can't always book somebody when they're hot. As you can see from niggas like Yeet, that don't always work out in your favor. Y'all could have had Yeet back in 2021, but y'all fumbled that. And now y'all had to wait all the way until 2024, the 10-year anniversary, to finally get Yeet on the lineup. Now, I know it's a long time coming, but it probably cost you guys a lot more money than it would have back in 2021. And with that being said, that's a wrap. I appreciate everybody for locking in with your boy. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all boys on the flip, man. We out here.
I'm throwing shot after shot. Yeah. How far am I? How many chances I got?